Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode, peace be with you. Today we are here with Rerun Tuesday, and it's getting close to Father's Day. And quite a few years ago when we first started COVID, we did a little video on Father's Day to share with you. And I always think about my own father who taught me how to tie a tie. It's one of those things that, you know, when you become a man and you dress like a man, the tie is the thing that really helps you to know that you've made it to that success of your own dad. Dads are successful when they raise their children in his love. So let us go to the Rerun Tuesday, a beautiful video that we made for our fathers 2 years ago, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode, praying for a cure. Peace be with you. You're probably wondering why I was tying my tie over top of my pirate jersey, but this is a special episode to honor our fathers. And my father taught me many things. The two things that I'll always remember about my dad is neckties and, of course, the pirates. Often we prepare for Mother's Day in a very special way. We think of how can we honor Mom's great love, how often we've disrespected her love by not always being the best child. And we make cards for them, we show them how much we love them. But when you go to the store to buy Father's Day cards, it's hardly ever very respectful. Usually we're talking about Dad golfing too much, or sleeping in his lounge chair too much, or yelling about leaving the lights on, or he's a great fisherman, or he's a great builder. All these things kind of talk about what a dad is, but my father was none of those things. My father never fished, never was a golfer. Yeah, he did yell about leaving the lights on, I can't lie about that. He wasn't a carpenter. My father had two tools in his toolkit. It was a hammer and a screwdriver, and he didn't know the difference between the two. But my father taught me a lot of things, as you know, of course, very much about my faith. But today I just want to talk about my necktie and my pirates. My father, when I think of my father, and I think of fathers when I was growing up, it was always an act of respect. And one year, when I was about 9 years old, I asked my mom if I could buy my father a Father's Day cake. Now, of course, I wasn't paying for it, but we went into the bakery and I picked one out. There was different ones there. I picked one out that had just a shirt and tie, and it said Happy Father's Day. And I chose that one because that's what I always thought about my father, as the man who went to work, you know, worked in the bank and would come home, and when he'd come home he would take off his tie, and that would be the end of the day. And hopefully when he took off his tie and he came home for the end of the day, my mom wasn't going to have to tell him anything that I did that maybe would make him reach for his belt. But also I went to Catholic school, and my father taught me how to tie a tie. And I used to tie my tie every day going to school. In fact, I even tied 2 ties every day because my brother Bob never bothered to learn how to do so. And I also credit my father for my vocation. Not so much just because of the spirituality he taught, but one day he continued to say, you have to learn how to tie a tie because you're going to do that for the rest of your life. So I was tying my tie once, the last day of school, my senior year in high school, and I said, I will never wear a tie again. Of course I haven't, because I wear a collar instead. But that's just the act of respect that I really think when I think of my father. My father taught me to love baseball because it taught him so much about life. My father would always say, Johnny, do you know why I love baseball? Why is that, Dad? Because they're playing again tomorrow. And isn't that what our lives are about? It's about learning from success as well as failures, and then playing again tomorrow the best that we can. So dads, I know we like to make fun of you. All the cards do so. We kid and joke with you, and perhaps maybe your best present from us is to allow you to sleep in your chair all day long. But I wrote a poem some years ago about fathers, and I would like to share that poem with you today because I feel that it really honors our dads and the respect for which they deserve. A father is to go to work all day and come home not tired. A father is to teach his children how to play sports, but not be the ever-knowing coach. A father is to reach for his belt, but never use it. A father is to have pockets with silver linings while his shoes have holes in them. A father is to give advice, but allow their children to think for themselves and forever refrain from saying, I told you so. A father is to teach you how to drive and pretend he's not afraid of being killed in the process. A father must know when to take off the training wheels and pray that the timing was right. A father is expected to give the evil eye to all potential husbands, only to eventually walk his daughter down the aisle and give her away. A father must demand respect, but be able to laugh at himself. A father is to do these things and much more. God the Father is all-knowing. A father is to know best. He must live this balancing act and expect no more praise than being called Dad. I hope that honors you, Dad, all dads, because this is how your children feel about you. We may tease you, we may laugh at you, but we certainly need you to be a part of our lives to help us to grow up, because tomorrow is another day, and we hope to play better because of your name.
I know that you can no longer share Father's Day with your dad. If your father was here today, what do you think he would say to you?
Yeah, if my dad was still with me, I know for sure, as he always did on Father's Day, because so often we shared the same day. My birthday was usually around Father's Day weekend, and sometimes on the very same day, so we shared that day. And it was a day not only of being a father, but he was very proud of being the father of me. So if my dad was here, he would certainly say, John, I'm very proud of you. And then he would also say, you really need a haircut.
What would you say to Dad if he was still with you?
Yeah, I think I would just simply, say to my dad what we always talked about on Father's Day. I'd say, hey Dad, what about the Pirates? Good news and bad news, huh? So far this year, the good news is the Pirates haven't lost. But the bad news is they're only playing .500 baseball. Well, I just wanted to say Happy Father's Day to all of our dads. I truly miss my dad on this day. It would be Father's Day is my birthday, and many times my father and I would share Father's Day and my birthday on the same day. My mom was always happy because that meant just one less cake that we had to do and one less dinner. But my father and I always enjoyed those opportunities. So dads, I won't be able to see you that weekend, this coming weekend, because I will be away on vacation. Just know that my prayers are with you, and on the Feast of Corpus Christi, the greatest gift of God's love for us and the bread of life. Thank you, dads, who have taught your children the gift of faith, and the gift of Christ, and the gift of His church. So enjoy your day. So if it is a day without a tie, then it is truly a day away from the office. I hope that you get the funniest cards, but with the best gift cards inside. So happy Father's Day.